Here it is. Here's the end game. Well, not the end game, close to the end game. So I'm just going to do an overview of how you make this thing. If I scroll back to the beginning, let's take a look at my first sketch. I just made a hexagon. So there's a tool right here. We can do an inscribed polygon and change it to 6 sides. And then from one side to the other is 3 inches, right? Then from there, I take a look at my extrude 2, extrude. Oh, let's go all the way to the end. And then we'll take it step by step. So then my extrude, I made it 1.5 inches on the thickness, all the way up. Then I turn it into sheet metal. A couple key things on here. Our bend radius should be 0.004, 4 thousandths of an inch. This is the thickness of paper. We're going to cut this out of paper. That's our pretend sheet metal. And then our thickness right there again is 4 thousandths of an inch. The relief under here, we got to go to rounded and sized, and then make sure that it is 1/8 inch. And that's the holes in the corners. That's what it's creating right there. Also, on the faces to exclude up here, I should have backed up to that. I clicked on the very top. That'll hollow it out. And then on the cylinders, this is where we bend on the edges of all of these. So this is where we're actually folding the paper up. These are not folded right here. And so these will all lay out flat. And we'll go green checkbox on that. Our next step is we've got to move each one of these faces in the thickness of the paper. Otherwise, it runs into itself when we try and fold. And so we're going to back those up. You can see I use the move tool, which is right there, a move a face tool. So move face tool, and we're going back the thickness of the paper 0.004. And then we hem it first. And so I click on the top edge on each one of those. And that's what's creating this bend around the top. So we're going to fold those over, and the length of it is a 1/4 inch, right? 0.25. Then lastly, this is where we get the flange. That's our inside piece right here. And it's going to turn red. We're going to ignore it because it's going to work fine. It has to do with the hem and how it's being folded, and it's got like a weird thing right there. Um, it's not going to affect our final, so we're going to be good. It says there's a collision with it. We're just going to ignore it. But what I selected, so on each one of these, is the inside face, the one we shortened, and then that'll bend it to the inside for us, okay? And then our angle that we wanted was, or sorry, our bend angle is 60 degrees. That's between these two sheets is 60 degrees. And then right here, the miter angle, that's the angle coming up this way. That's 45 degrees on each of those. So those are the settings we need. And then we get it all good. Beautiful. It's all there. We can take a look right here if we click on our sheet metal table and flat view. So this is what it looks all unfolded. Okay. And so we're going to punch those corners out. We're going to cut it out. We're going to assemble this thing after the fact. We're going to print it. To get it ready for the printer, I'm going to go ahead and push plus sign and create a drawing. We're going to keep it on ANSI A paper. Say OK. When it pulls up, I'm going to push escape right away because I don't want any of this. I just want to delete it all so that we just have a clean piece. I'm going to go insert a new, and right here with flat patterns. Rather than turn in one of the views of the part, we're going to go flat pattern and flat pattern of part 1. When we put it on here as well, we want to make sure we're 1:1 scale. And we're looking at the top view so I see everything. And we're good to go there. And our last step, or a couple last steps, I'm going to right click on this. I'm going to show hide the bend notes because I don't want all those extra lettering on there. And then I'm going to go notes. I'm going to put my name on this, Mr. Duffy. Okay. And you can make it bigger if you want. You can go, let's double the size of it. I'm going to go 0.24. Tab. Beautiful. All right, there it is. Now you just need to export a PDF. Export, not a DWG. I want a PDF this time around. Export it. It's going to download. Then you need to email that to Mr. Duffy. He'll print it out. And then you can cut it up, assemble, and we'll need a picture before you turn it. Good luck.